Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today's review is going to be about one of the books that I grew up reading. It's a Catholic book about a saint. And for those of you who are Catholic and would already know this book quite well by now, at least I hope so. But if not, and you're interested in learning more about it, I recommend you checking it out. It is available on Kindle. I found out recently. Most of them, as far as I know. I haven't really thoroughly looked at it, but there's a few that or at least are available on there. But this book in particular is called St. Hyacinth of Poland by Mary Fabean Windeatt. It is obviously a children's book, and it's by Mary Fabean Windeatt. Each of the saint books in the series is a different level of reading. I think this one here, I'm trying to think, because there's a few that is like, beginning level, which will be other videos on this channel. I mean, St. Catherine of Siena, the first book I've read on this channel, was like 2nd, 3rd grade, I want to say. St. Hyacinth of Poland is obviously, it's thicker, and 189 pages. And I did read this out loud. I am thinking that I will upload this to my YouTube channel, because if I do, I will apologize in advance for the bad quality. I didn't have the microphone that I do now, and so it's a little bit of a, obviously there's some problems with it, like I said, since this is a pretty large book, I don't necessarily feel like, rereading it again. So, I enjoy it, I can read it quite well, but reading it out loud is a completely different thing. So, I will upload it, and I apologize in advance for it. I might reread this again at some other point, but right now, with everything that's going on, it doesn't seem like a viable option. But St. Hyacinth of Poland is the story of the Apostle of the North, and one of the lesser known saints, I guess you can say. I'm surprised by the fact that there's not that many people actually know about the saint, considering he is considered one of the apostles of the North. And this is a Mary Fabean Windeatt book, but I think it's, one of those things, he's not one of the major saints, if you will, and he is Polish, so it's not a whole lot of knowledge about saints from that specific area, just like the rest of the areas in the world. Majority of the well-known saints come from like England and France, and there's a few from Spain. I think this might be a few from America, but again, since I am American, it will make sense that I know about those. So, but this was a book that I really enjoyed growing up. It's, about having to overcome some of the issues that they had, and just, it mentioned several times that the Polish blood runs hot, so referencing the fact that they get some pretty bad tempers and they will let it loose if they need to. But there was a bit of, learning to control that as well. So, and this apparently takes place during the Tatar invasion of Poland and many of the countries of the north. So, there's a few things, which is another reason why it's not for younger audiences, because there's a few things in there here. It doesn't go into a lot of gory details about it, but it does kind of touch base on what some of the stuff that Tartars did as torture. So just to give you a little heads up, if you don't think your child is ready for that, you know, definitely don't read this or let them read it just yet. But I would say, yeah, go ahead and, if they have got a pretty good grasp of a reading comprehension, I'd say let them read it. Because he's a pretty good saint. He's obviously, you know, one of my favorites. And yeah, that's, I mean, it's, I do try to keep these reviews nice and short and pretty much spoiler free. I mean, of course, you can find out a lot of the information on the saints online in other sources. But this is a story. You kind of want to get people to get interested in it. So, but yeah, that's Saint Hyacinth of Poland. Again, one of my favorites from this series. I mean, the whole series is pretty much great, but there's just certain ones that just really stuck out to me, and this was one of them. So, please give it a check out. If it's not, he's not your favorite saint, well, there's always another saint, and one willing to be on the lookout for you, I'm sure. Thanks for coming by. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you do eventually check out the series if you do. And God bless.